Hey y'all, it's your girl Nelly D, and welcome to the Nelly Drayton Show, Season 2. And I have the one and only Drew with me. LOL, probably Drew, on his social media handles. Show him some love.
Thank you. And who would I be if I didn't introduce the host of the show, Miss Nelly Drayton, also known as Nelly Drayton across all social media platforms. I need y'all to show her some love, please. Thank you.
What is love?
Ooh,
It's not that.
oh,
That's what it's
I think
definitely
what
not.
needs love is that throw baby.
I do. Ooh, throw
Oh, throw baby.
baby. So we're
Yeah.
going to continue. We're going to piggyback off of episode 1 of season 2. And we're going to talk about...
Procrastination.
Wait, I got to do the drum roll.
Oh, so sorry. I was excited.
Post
Okay.
Nelly's going to put a drum roll before
Okay.
you. So on today's episode, we're going to talk about...
Procrastination.
Ooh, procrastination.
Mm,
Did I do it right?
I like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're about to get into it. Let's do this.
Okay, so today we're talking about procrastination. And I'm sure you're wondering, oh wait, the Nelly Drayton show talks about like creative things, creative processes, how they cope with like real life situations, whatever the case may be. Procrastination is real, especially for a creative person, because procrastination is kind of like waiting till last minute. It's like the way I see it is it's kind of like a hurdle you have to jump sometimes because for me, I feel like I spend a lot of my time doing things for other people or like spending time like doing like work things or whatever the case may be, that any like little sliver of time that is like personal, I really want to do things that like are gonna like refill my cup and like re-energize me or just like kind of, I don't know, give me some me time. And things that are like important, like keeping my home tidy and like cleaning or like getting some certain chores done, it gets a little difficult because, you know, that time is precious to me. Um, and we could talk about burnout, girl, 'cause that's right there with it. You know, procrastination's real. I would liken procrastination to when it comes to a creative person, similar to like writer's block, but for your like life. Like you really, it's really like a hump that you have to get over. But something told me, like, I can't remember. There was something because I used to like consider myself lazy because of my procrastination. I was like, I know
Ooh,
I'm not lazy.
that's a thing.
I know I'm not lazy. I am a very hard worker. I'm a very like ambitious person. It's just sometimes certain things just on my list of priorities is very low, and it can come off as like, oh well, he's just lazy.
Mm-mm.
It's like, girl, if you saw this, if you saw this calendar, please.
Mm.
No, but I don't know. Procrastination is a very interesting topic because I think a lot of people when they think of procrastination, they think of like laziness,
Yeah,
and I just don't put those two together. I don't think that laziness is the same as procrastination. I
absolutely
don't.
not. Especially when you're a creative, because
Yeah.
that's literally all, or not all, but that's the majority
Mhm.
of what we discuss or where we come from or what our talking point or
Yeah.
our I don't know how to say it, basically our center,
Yeah.
right? You're a creative individual. That's like the core.
Mhm.
Everything else surrounding that, it kind of it is what it is. If
Yeah.
you're not always on that creative high,
Mhm.
it's okay. You have stuff that you got to catch up on, whether it's your mental health or your chores or your, life responsibilities, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So, the lazy, procrastination, lazy, it's like labels.
Yeah.
And I say that like, and I put that in our bio, is that the Nelly Drayton show is about us being free
Mhm.
to create, just being, we have this, the resolve to be free and to stay free. And that means being free from labels, how other people might see or view. Cause I don't
Judgment.
immediately, I start to like, be like, no, never mind. The moment that somebody tries to put a label on me, what I'm specifically supposed to be doing or who I am or whatever, to try to wrap your brain around my identity as a whole, you're going to try to put a label on it. I'm just going to block you out.
Yeah. It's you gotta protect your space. You gotta protect your space, and that's why a lot of people like when folks like will call me lazy because of my procrastination or something, or
Mm-hmm.
like when I say, "Oh, I'm gonna get to something, they're like, you won't," and it's like, I go back to like there was like this video where this guy was like, if I don't like text you back, or he was talking about people who stutter, and he was like, if I say huh 2 times, don't give up on me. Like that's kind of like me when I'm like, if I say I'm gonna get to it and I haven't got to, don't give up on me. I'm gonna get to it. Please, it's just
Right.
I gotta organize my mental
We
sometimes.
gotta compartmentalize, and
Yeah.
that's all right. That's a hard task.
Oh my God.
Oh Lord.
It is because when you file other things, or when you organize other aspects of your life, a lot of that stuff is tangible.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, I need to organize these papers, get that out of the way. I need to put these clothes. Da da da. Your mental though, like
Mm.
that, to even have a self control over your mental is
Ooh,
already like a talent, like a gift.
a skill.
To then be able to like, because there are some people who really are good at like they don't have to like organize things physically. Like they can like, I remember I gotta do this. They have like a own like a mental calendar. That's not me.
That's a skill.
I'm very hyperactive. Like I have a very hyperactive mind. I have to like find ways to like organize things. That's why I tell people all the time, remind me. Not that it's your responsibility to like keep me on track, keep me on schedule, but if you really care about me like showing up or doing something, I'm
Right.
giving you one job. That's to remind me.
Yeah.
Because if you don't and I don't show up, you cannot blame me because I'm just I be double, triple booking myself sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And I got like 1,500 things to do on any given day. If you
Yeah.
want me to slip in for 30 minutes, you're gonna have to remind me. That's all I
It's
ask.
out of respect though,
Yeah.
because anybody that's living and breathing and pooping and eating and sleeping and
Crazy.
interacting with other Homo sapiens on this floating rock is going to be mindful that
Oh,
not everybody thinks like you,
yeah.
walks like you, talks like you,
Mm.
move, process, create.
Mm.
So why would you want to assume that anyone is doing anything the way you would do it anyway?
Yeah.
That's like a little dig just to people for people because
Just
some
being
people
messy.
I don't. Well, you're not gonna. I could tell that you're not gonna be messy on this one, so I'm gonna do it
I can't, y'all.
because, like, I text you about like meeting to do an episode.
Yeah.
That's me being like, okay, just to set out reminders for myself. I'm gonna remind people, hey, communicate with me. What's the plan for today, or whatever the case may be. That's literally me just being like, okay, just in case they don't remember, here's a reminder,
Mm-hmm.
and it's for myself
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because procrastination is real.
Mm.
And the way my mind is set up, I'm still learning how to compartmentalize. Like my daughter soon going to middle school in a couple years, and then like doing things like for just creative purposes like writing and having to take care of my kid, having to take care of myself, having to be there for my brothers or be there for friends and family. It's
a lot.
It's a lot. So trying to remember to do everything all at once is just not. I don't know how. I don't know. I don't know how people judge. I don't even have time to judge myself.
Because I think those people probably. I'm not gonna get into that. I'm too drained. I'm drained.
I can get into it.
Oh.
You're lame.
Oh.
You're corny.
Oh.
You're dusty.
Oh.
If you come for people for not being where you're supposedly, quote unquote, at.
Oh.
Okay, because I thought life was supposed to be for the Spotify, Apple listeners, audio only listeners.
Well, she's eating up. I'm gonna give y'all some ASMR. Oh, that wasn't a good one.
Y'all didn't hear that one, but Drew was doing his very best ASMR. Also, real quick, shout out to the audio listeners, whether it's on Spotify or Apple. I did not know there's like a thing, RSS feed. I just recently learned that Apple Podcasts, the app, you can just do the RSS feed from Spotify. It's a learning experience.
Really cool. So we are now on 3 platforms: YouTube, Spotify, and now we're on Apple. So really, I'm gonna be real. You really ain't got no excuse not to listen.
Ain't nothing.
You really don't. I mean, even if you don't have Spotify, okay, everyone can access YouTube. And most people who are listening to music on their phones when they have iPhones is probably gonna be listening to Apple Music anyway.
Absolutely.
So you really don't have an excuse, babes. So
he said so.
Sorry.
So.
Sorry. Oh, that was bad. Sorry.
It's
So
okay.
sorry.
Just wanted to shout out the audio only listeners, whether it's on Apple or Spotify
And while we're
or
shouting out,
YouTube
oh,
without the video. 'Cause
yes,
that's a
that
thing.
was. While we're shouting out quickly, just letting you guys know, we are now officially starting to add content onto our Friday slot. So we will not only be posting on Mondays, we're also going to be posting on Fridays too.
Mhm.
So what kind of content we're going to be posting on Fridays? Whatever we want. It's going to be our special time slot to post reaction videos, fun stuff, whatever we want to post, that's where it's going to be. So we don't have to just do a podcast. We can really kind of like show a wide range of talents that we have, whether it be short films, funny videos, sketches, reactions, cooking channel stuff, whatever.
Come
We
on, cook.
we want to be larger than life. Okay, eat 'em up.
Absolutely. And that's what the Nelly Drayton show is for. It's
Yeah.
literally the resolve to be free.
Yeah, whatever creative juices we have flowing. Ooh, pardon. Whatever juices flow, like whatever we want to do that's creative and that's on our mind and we're able to execute, we will have a space to then broadcast that to whomever wants to see it. So it's only possible because we feel like the success of the podcast through people who have been commenting to us, letting us know that they like the show, people who have been tuning in. I literally was like with some friends and she told me, "Oh my God, I love listening to your podcast." And I was like,
Thank you.
love that. She loves the relationship episode. She said it's her favorite so far. So
Oh,
I know.
see,
It was so sweet.
That's a thing. I know we're talking about procrastination, but we know for sure, like being mindful of our viewers, we'll definitely continue to touch on topics that you guys bring to us, or whether you know us personally or professionally, whatever topics you feel like, oh, you guys touched on this and that in episode 2 and 3. Can you guys bring it back for season 2? Listen, we're humble.
Yeah.
Feed us. Tell us. Tell me what you want. Tell me what you need. I'm sorry, Apple, Spotify listeners.
Gorgeous. We sounded really good just now.
Really?
I mean, wow. Record labels? Or not.
Come on, Balance, because I was over here like, tell me. Sorry. Oh my God.
Well, it sounded good at my piece.
That's fine.
She's like, sure.
My voice definitely hit a.
Okay.
It definitely cracked for sure. But
so I have a question for you. Since we're talking about procrastination, you know, I got to do my bit. I got to do my little interview bit. So, do you think that what do you think of the quality of like work that you do when you've procrastinated and now you are reaching like a time restraint that you got to produce something? What do you think of the quality? Because I think, to be honest, some of my best work has come from me procrastinating and having to like really put something out. And sometimes like that's some of my greatest work is when when I just have to streamline it, you know?
And get it done.
So what do you think of like the quality of your work when you have to like get it done because you've procrastinated or you know, whatever the situation may be?
I feel like I would personally have like a one-on-one. I normally have like a one-on-one conversation with myself about the quality and what I have to do to get it done. So even though like now there's more pressure, and I love pressure. I think
pressure makes diamonds, babe.
Well,
okay.
I feel like I operate pretty well from where I've come from and what has been taught or what has been instilled in me. I feel like I operate pretty well under pressure to getting stuff done. And this is, like I told you, we was at work. I was like, I actually listened to our podcast.
Me too.
It's very hard for me. And this goes for a lot of people in general who are creatives. One thing that's like a common conversation that I've been in the room for is sometimes it's hard for people to hear themselves or see themselves, watch themselves involved or the playback of their creativity, whether it's a play, movie, commercial, video, podcast. But I actually loved watching it, not for me, but just to see the overall like growth from episode 1 to whatever episode I was watching.
Yeah.
So that also has motivated me to not necessarily procrastinate, but just to kind of take my time.
Keep you motivated to keep going, to keep doing what we're doing. Yeah. No, I agree.
And it's different.
Yeah. So. I'll honestly, that's probably like I just feel like this podcast and what we're trying to do with the YouTube channel is something that like it just I don't know, it's something that I've been wanting for a long time. And I have moments like literally because transparent, we've actually been off for like 2 weeks as far as like doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And I felt so guilty about it. Not because it wasn't like it was my idea. Like we both agreed, like we have so much, we've done so much, we can take like you had things that you had to do, I had things that I had to do, I had like outside stuff that I had to do, um, and so we were just like we don't need to film this week, it's fine. But I felt so guilty because I was like when we first started this, like we both hit the ground running, and I felt like my momentum was slowing down, and I was like I had to really like find something inside to be like come on, like you gotta push because it's just, when you have something that's like difficult, it's hard to, it's hard. The way I am, when I get faced with a hurdle that's sometimes too big for me to jump, sometimes it discourages me. And so my own, saboteur sometimes gets in my way. And I have to like get through that because it's bigger than me.
Yeah.
Like, most times it's bigger than me. And I gotta show up. If I can do anything, I at least gotta show up.
Yeah.
And then everything else after that, like I can talk my way through it or I figure it out, but I gotta show up. Period.
And overall, like it's easy because it's something that we do genuinely care about.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of eats away at the procrastinating side of our situation or dilemma or whatever the case may be. I feel like overall, even though we might procrastinate, I don't even think we have procrastinated. I honestly
don't think with the show we procrastinated.
But but everything else, like personal things.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like,
for sure.
I know my friends were kind of like, okay, support you, love your show. We haven't seen you in a while. What's going on, babe? You okay? We were watching the show. Are you okay? It's like, no, I am. It really like was consuming everything for a second. Like I was like, every second that I was thinking about anything, it was either work or the show.
Yeah.
And so I was having fun. I was loving it. And not that I'm not having fun or that I'm not loving it. No, it's just like I already do so much.
Mm-hmm.
And I want the thing is like I think we touched base on one of our older episodes where like sometimes when you have like a vision and you can't really like execute it the way you want to, or like you can't execute it like as soon as you would like or whatever, it kind of eats you up a little bit.
It does.
And that's kind of like what it was doing because I was like, I was doing whatever I was doing for the show. I'm not going to get into it. Y'all don't care about that. But whatever I was doing for the show, and then we both had agreed, like, okay, that's not 100% necessary for you to do that.
Yeah.
And I was like, thank God you said that, because I was kind of like, okay, too much. But I liked it. But it was too much. And it wasn't making sense.
Yeah.
It wasn't making sense. So... And I was procrastinating on that. There was like literally one day when I was like, I had nothing to do and I could have gotten this done. And I had one hurdle. And I was like, it's not working. I'm done. I can't. I'm giving up today.
You talking about editing?
Today. Yeah.
That's a whole other conversation for another day.
Girl.
Editing I love doing it because I see, how do I explain this to make sense to the human ear? For those that know what it feels like to edit, you know what I'm talking about. I have yet to know how to put it into words just yet. Mm-hmm. But when it's kind of like with my OTR series that I just started. Shout out to Onward to Rain. I don't even know how it became that, but it did. Just like this podcast. I sit on a lot of ideas. And they're all well thought out and planned. I just legit am fearful of doing them because I feel like I don't have enough support. Well, strangely, that is no longer an issue. So what am I waiting for? I don't know, but that's procrastination for you. It's a thing.
It's hard to explain sometimes. It's hard to like make it make sense to people because it doesn't make sense. It doesn't. I think
it's anxiety.
Yeah, well, I know for me, a lot of times, like, a hurdle that I've had to jump is, like, the fear of doing something because I have fear of failure. And it's like, I'm failing by not doing it. Yeah. That's an automatic fail. Yeah. I don't know if I'm going to fail or succeed at something if I don't do it, but if I don't do it, that's a fail automatically.
That's a fail, yeah.
So, I've been trying to live more like, just do it. and put yourself out there, and one or two things is going to happen. You're going to kill it, or you're not, and you're going to learn from it, and the next time you do it, you're going to kill it.
Keep going. And literally just keep putting stuff. I mean, how do you think Beyonce became Beyonce? Like,
not overnight.
She literally just kept putting.
She fell on stage. She learned how to, you know, and now look at her. She's fabulous, been doing great.
And that's like the mindset that I had to develop for my OTR series. So I'm not going to go into details about what it's about because you can go on the video and read the description. But it's on our channel and it's under a different playlist. It's under the OTR series. And I've been sitting on that idea. So I just filmed it. We're in June? So I filmed it like a week or 2
weeks ago.
And then I edited it.
Yeah.
And it's out.
Yeah.
And
great.
It literally, I was sitting on this idea of I've had it since like December. It's bad. That's bad. Like I have like 3 short films that I wrote in like 2021.
We just gotta get into it.
Procrastination is not necessarily procrastination. It's like trying to mentally prepare yourself for the amount of work that you're going to do and the amount of hurdles you're going to have to get over, or tests and trials and tribulations that you have been through and you finally conquered. So now you have to make sure you implement the skills that you learned during those tests, those trials, like dealing with people who will micromanage you, or people who dismiss you or water down. They try to water you down. So
sorry.
So people that do the things that kind of sort of make you feel like you're not good enough, or you don't know what you're talking about, you're trying to work through all of those emotions. I feel like procrastination kind of reigns over all of that because we talked about it with the imposter syndrome. People add to it. If you're already telling yourself this narrative, people are adding to it by being that negative voice. And so procrastination might start to edge up a little bit. Then that imposter syndrome, then it just kind of keeps just going back and forth until you tell yourself like, I'm good enough. I'm enough. I'm going to figure it out. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to put it out there. That's better than what you're doing. But that's okay. You're just good at talking about it. I'm trying to be about it. I talked with you about it to get some good input, but you're not good input. So you've been cut. On to the next. Onward to reign. On my YouTube channel, episode 1's out. Episode 2's coming. Don't rush me. We're not going to rush the process. That's another topic for another episode.
Wow.
I told you, you don't got to be.
I physically can't.
The way you opened up to them. He said.
It's a representation of what is really happening, y'all. I am holding on by the head. I'm just going to touch base on it very quickly. We're going to move on. I am struggling. Yesterday, we filmed some stuff, and I had some classes in my
Hashtag Cosmica.
Not Cosify bag.
Oh, not the Cosify bag.
The Cosify bag. And
how did they fight back?
This morning, it was tearing me up, bro. It was tearing me up. So it's been a rough one today, but I came through. I had to. Hold on, y'all.
Hold on to your life.
It's a struggle, baby.
It's okay, though. That's why I decided I was going to be messy today.
I appreciate it.
I had to, yeah.
I kind of have like FOMO. Like, I want to be where the people are. I want to be messy too.
I had to cover my mouth apologizing. He said,
I want to be messy too.
It's the lyrics.
You know, I can do something like that.
I know that I know for sure. Oh, I know.
Oh, she knows.
I cannot. Listen, overall, I will say that procrastination sometimes is a good thing.
Yeah.
And I've learned that for sure. Like, I've learned that procrastination sometimes helps me realize what's more important.
Well, like, I guess why I asked you that question when I was like, what do you think about your quality? Because sometimes I will intentionally procrastinate on something because I know that, because and let me break it down. And maybe people who are like creative, maybe this will like really like click for them. I think when I procrastinate and I have a time restraint, I don't allow myself to give time to distractions because I have there's no other option but
But
for
to
me to
get it done,
focus.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes I will procrastinate, like I'm gonna wait till the last minute. That way, like I know I have nothing but time to get this done. Like it's all I have is a little bit of time. I've got to get it done. And so like I will like tunnel vision into it. And then that's why I think my work is so good is because I'm not like giving myself the freedom of being like, okay, I'm gonna like take a break and come back to it. No, I'm giving whatever energy I have, whatever vision I have for something or whatever, it's getting my undivided attention. And that could be, you know, like my college papers. I literally got 100 on my final paper for my psychology class. I wrote that the night before.
Oh.
It was 10 pages. It was a 10-page essay that I had to write on the different. It was a challenge, girl. But I did it. And I got 100. 100.
That's dope.
But that's just that's how I am. Like I don't know. I tell people I'm difficult. People are like, why are you single? I'm difficult. I'm layered.
Or
I'm a
you're single
puzzle.
because no one has yet to meet your expectations.
Well, I'm single because people be playing with my time. But they procrastinate.
They procrastinate.
What did I just say? I should be alone. They are procrastinating on my time.
And they are.
And that's okay.
Because if you know that time is
open.
Oh,
ooh, a double wink. Come on. This ain't possible. Honey.
It's not hashtag Casa in the Cup, but it's I'm sorry, you guys.
I'm sorry.
Listen, we're gonna show some love. Just if you can, just point your hand to the screen and say love on Drew, love on Drew, love on Drew.
My cup filled, y'all. I'm almost out.
His cup needs to be filled. And Drew normally, listen, I will say, you carry the weight. I know you
Girl.
do. Trust. I be watching and I'm like,
girl.
Literally, because he be talking and he be saying stuff. And it be meaning something. And it be heavy. Weighted. I'm like, oh my God, I can't.
Thank you. I like. Oh, stop it. I can't.
Trying to lift it up and I can't. So it's. We know.
Thank
the people, I almost said the fans. We don't have fans. So sorry. So sorry.
We have friends.
We have friends. Y'all the creative souls. Creative souls unite.
It's like it's giving very Captain Planet.
Oh my God, I used to love.
Oh, and then I just unlock a core memory. Oh, she said, "Oh, I'm missing out." Maybe Wendy Williams. Oh,
I don't like her. Anyway.
Oh, R.I.P. I mean, I know she's still alive. Oh my God, that girl's declining. Oh, nosedive. She about to dive. Her grave. It's not looking good. I know. I hate it. I really do. She would talk about us this way, but I do love me some Wendy Williams. How you doing? I know that she's like fun.
No.
Well, I'm messy. So, that's why I love it. I don't agree with probably 75% of stuff that she says, but I just love the fact that she does it on TV.
She's bold. She's about that life. I don't know why, but she's definitely about that life.
She is. I love it.
I don't. I'm looking for someone special. Who could it be? This job's too big for you and me. Something but never fear of. It looks like a job for a Higglytown hero.
I don't know what's happening right now. Are you announcing something?
No.
Oh.
I'm looking for a screenshot that. Okay, so her. Y'all know who her is. It's her. There's no other her but.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Her.
Yeah.
She posted this on her Instagram. She said the creative process. Number 1, this is awesome. Number 2, this is tricky. Number 3, this sucks. Number 4, I suck. Number 5, this might be okay. Number 6, this is awesome.
Facts.
I was like,
no, seriously.
For the visual, I'm sorry, Spotify and Apple listeners, I was quivering my lip. If you come to the YouTube channel, you'll see that. But I was.
Yeah, it was. No, that's really good because that's literally that's the thought process when you're going through a tricky situation with like a creative endeavor. Like you are you like it is. That's why I think a lot of people don't understand why when like creative people are doing things and they do like do a project, and once that project is like complete, we kind of like shut down for a second. It's like, baby, I gotta recharge because
Oh
the
my
amount of
gosh.
emotional roller coaster that you go through when you're like doubting. Like imagine this: you're doing something and you have to like you have this hater just sitting right next to you telling you this is trash, this is shit, this is not gonna work, this is gonna fail. And you have to just keep working. Just keep doing
Ooh.
whatever you're doing. That's literally what the process is like. Like you're like having that interceptor telling you like literally you could be in the middle of doing something and that interceptor is like this is not it, babe. This ain't it, sis. Let it go. You might just go ahead and call it a night. And you have to just push through, and then when you look at it with a fresh pair of eyes, whether it be like the next day or like after taking a break, and you look at it and you're like, I pushed through. This is great.
That's how I felt about the OTR series,
Yeah.
episode 1.
Yeah.
I procrastinated on it. I sat on it for a couple of months. And I was like, it's not going to be that hard, Janelle. If you just do it.
Just get
Just
started.
schedule
That's
the
half the job. That's
walkthrough
half the
and
battle.
schedule the shot list where you guys go through it. Just do it. Like, obviously, you didn't have anyone to sit with you, hold your hand, and say, this is how you have to do it. This is the best way to do it. Da, 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 da. So figure it out.
Yeah.
It's going to be okay.
Seriously, if
It's
you're going to
great.
take anything away from this conversation, half of the fight is just getting it started.
Man.
Just get it started. Once you get that ball rolling, sometimes you realize the snowball effect is a real thing because it does kind of like trickle down into something that's completely like you never even would have imagined.
You swear to
if you
God.
just get started.
I'm a witness.
Seriously, that's like the biggest thing for me. If I just get it started, I'll be okay.
Mhm.
Like I'll get it done. I'll do whatever. So if there's any message for any creative person who is just finding themselves onto the show or just like watching the show because of our creative perspectives, take this away from dealing with procrastination. Just get started.
Mhm.
Even if it's not today, fine. Tomorrow, just get started.
Yeah.
Whatever time you want to allow for that, when you give yourself that time, when you enter that time slot, just get it started. And then you will find yourself like it just is gonna flow like butter, baby.
Mhm.
Flow like butter.
I love it.
Yeah,
I
it's
like
fine.
that, love that, and want more of that.
Okay, bro. You know where you can find it. The Nelly Drayton Show.
On YouTube.
On Spotify.
And Apple Podcasts. I'm satisfied.
I feel great.
I feel good.
I just woke up, I think.
Oh. Okay. For a Saturday night, that sounds pretty. That sounds like you might have a good night tonight.
Maybe.
Listen, thank you all so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, subscribe, comment where you're from. Tell us your creative process. Tell your friends and your friends' friends. Okay. And then their friends. Oh, not the daddy side.
That's Duran Bernard.
I'm unplugged.
Your favorite cousin on your daddy's side. That's like his thing.
Oh, well.
Shout out. I love you, Duran. I just had to say it.
Yeah, that's fine. That's okay. And as he said, share it with your cousin on your daddy's side.
On daddy's side. And
make sure you comment and let us know in the comments or on the podcasting apps. What is your biggest, what's your biggest, I don't know, your jump? Whatever gets you to get over the procrastination. Like if you feel like getting more resting for the day, shutting down, and then unplugging, that helps you get over procrastination. Reading a book, listening to music, taking an hour shower. Listen, whatever. I don't know. I just know for me. Just comment. Tell us what your creative process is in getting over procrastination.
It might help me. I want to know.
I want to know too.
Want to know.
No, for real. We really do.
Yeah.
We hope you guys liked it and loved it and want more of the Nelly Drayton Show, where creative souls gather to go beyond. Yeah. We love you guys. See ya.